This week, we have been talking about all different parts of having a conversation. We've talked about greeting people and starting a conversation, staying on topic, listening to the person you're having a conversation with, giving compliments, and being kind. Today, we are going to talk about social cues and how to pick up on social cues when you're having a conversation. Social cues are the signals that people send through body language and expressions. In a conversation, you should be looking at a person for their cues. These are clues that tell you what the person might be feeling or thinking. We need to do a little detective work to figure out the clues sometimes. If the person is looking at the clock, maybe they have somewhere to be. If the person is doing work or not looking at you, maybe they are busy. I know we talked about eye contact, staying on topic, and showing active listening skills in a conversation, which are all really important. But sometimes we need to notice somebody else's social cues. They can be making eye contact with you, but if they're tapping their feet or they keep looking at their watch, they might be busy and it might be time to wrap up the conversation. Social cues can tell you a lot of different things, and there's a lot of different ways to think about social cues. There's a lot of different ways to notice social cues. There are 4 types of social cues that I want to talk about today. 1. Facial expressions. We use our face to express how we're feeling, whether or not we intend to. We raise our eyebrows when someone is questioning something, smile wide when we're happy, and sulk when we feel angry. Facial expressions can be the most obvious social cues. It's really hard to hide an emotion when it's all over your face in your facial expression. And it can be frustrating when someone doesn't see how we're feeling. For example, if you're in class and your teacher's standing like this, looking at you, you can tell by the way their eyebrows are and their mouth that they might not be very happy, and you might not be following the rules and expectations of the classroom. Or you can look around and see if it's one of your classmates not following the rules or expectations. You can get back on track and set a good example for all the scholars around you. 2. Body language. Sometimes an emotion is so strong it affects the way we hold our body. We put our shoulders down when we're tired, shrug when we don't know an answer, and add a little skip in our step when we're happy. Body language can be involuntary, which means we don't mean to do it on purpose, or we do it on purpose. Either way, it's an important way of communicating. Sometimes we can really not understand what's being said. And sometimes people get annoyed when their body language isn't being paid attention to. Let's give an example. At recess, Alexis asked John to play tag with her. She asked him twice. When Alexis approaches John for the 3rd time, Alexis doesn't notice that John is crossing his arms and shaking his head. This is body language that might show Alexis that John probably doesn't want to play tag. It's an important social clue that we shouldn't miss. Voice, pitch, and tone is number 3. Certain moods call for high or low voices and fast or slow speech. When we need to get something important across, we usually talk quickly. When we ask a question, we raise the pitch of the last word or two. Like when I say, "Who turned in this homework without their name?" It's a question, and you heard my voice go up because I was asking a question. Changes in voice can sometimes change the meaning of what's being said, but sometimes we take speech too literally and miss the little things that tell us the truth. We might not get the joke, or we might not get when people are being mean. In gym, Noah asks Amir if he can be on his basketball team. Amir says sarcastically, "Yeah, you can play with us," and walks away. Noah follows Amir, thinking he said yes. Amir's words said, "Yeah, you can play with us," but his tone when he said, "Yeah, you can play with us," implies sarcasm, or that he didn't really mean it. If something like that happens to you, that means the other scholar isn't being very nice, and you should go talk to an adult as soon as you can. The fourth social cue is personal space. If we're interested in someone, we tend to move closer, but we should remember not to be too close. When we take a step back, that means we don't really want to talk and we should keep our distance. Standing too close or too far from someone can be kind of weird. If you're trying to talk to someone and you're all up in their face, that can be really overwhelming. But if you're standing too far from someone, they might not know that you want to talk to them. We should keep an appropriate distance when we're talking to people. For example, at a birthday party, Samaya reaches out for a hug from her friend Molly. Molly scoots back. Samaya gives her a hurt look, thinking that Molly has just rejected her. But that might not be the case at all. Molly just might not know that she has to get a little bit closer. Or Samaya might not know that Molly didn't really want a hug at that point. Social cues are really important. Social cues are a form of communication that can help us read other people and react appropriately, like we talked about. Let's talk about the skill steps for noticing and responding to social cues. Social cues. 1. Look at the person you are talking to. What does their face tell you? Are they happy, sad, frustrated, annoyed, tired? What does their body tell you? Are they uncomfortable? Are they confused? Do they want to take a nap? Listen to their voice. What is the way they are speaking to you telling you? Do they sound like they're asking a question? Are they using short phrases so they sound kind of angry? Is their voice low and do they sound sad? Are they talking really quick and are they happy? Or are they talking really quick and they're stressed and they're busy? Ask them if they are okay. If you can tell by someone's face, body language, or tone that they are upset or sad and you care about them, then you should ask them if they are okay and if there's anything that you can help them with. If their face, tone, and body language is telling you that they might be busy or they might not want to talk, ask them. Say, "Are you busy right now? And would you like to talk another time?" Or if they look just annoyed, say, "Would you like to take a break from talking? I can talk to you later." Because if someone doesn't really want to talk, they might not give you the answers you want, and they might end up accidentally being mean to you. Everyone needs their space, and a good way to tell if someone is not okay is by looking at their body language. Remember to use your social cues to figure out how the people around you are feeling. In the lesson, I posted some videos for you to watch on different social cues. Make sure you watch those after this video is over.